let's look at the next day. Once again, we start by looking at the close and what happened. Then we look back across here at these biases here. We see once again we started another ping pong session, but now we have what's known as our first full house formation, which means reversal. That's a reversal signal, as well as this being a reversal signal. So we have two reversal signals right now, and we've reversed back in the trend again over here from negative to positive once again. So those are three reversal signals. So far, we're still in a transitional state of consolidation, meaning that ping-ponging is still in effect. Okay, we're closed at 92.54. We're above the pivot, but we're still within this range here of this area of resistance that it never really broke. Got as high as 92.79, never broke the 92.88s. Okay, so we would be safe in doing what's known as a reversal to go short again, what's called the double dare short. Double dare short does this. It takes the difference, in this case, between the close and the high, because we're shorting. Half of that is the difference of 25. We round it off upwards to 26. Always round off up and cut it in half. So that's 13 pips that we add on to this close here. So that would be a selling at 92.67, and we take half of our maximum stop range and put it on top. Or that's the, we always, when we do a double dare, we always do half. Okay, so from 92.67 and then another 45. Usually when we see it get close, that number should come close to one of these potential stops and limits. As you can see that it does. It gets very close to this 93.05. That's one of the signals to let us know that we're in the ballpark. Well, as you can see, the 92.74 is reached, filling a 92.67. Now, if you don't understand the maximum, not the maximum stop range, but you don't understand this double dare, just reverse what I just said and listen to it a few times, and you'll pick up on it. I'll repeat it one more time, just for redundancy's sake, so that make sure it gets in your ear. Double dare short is a position that you can take under certain criteria. One of the criteria would have to be that you have to see this ping-ponging going on, and you should see a transitional state or consolidation somewhere in there, if not actually there the day before. Okay, and then what you do, the formula works this way. You take the close. If we're shorting, we would take the close to the high. If we were going long, we would take the close to the low. But in this case, it's a short to reverse what happened that day. And so what we're banking on is that the prices have pretty much reached where they're going to go, and we have legitimacy in saying that because of this resistance that we have here, 92.88. So half of the distance between the high and the close, cut that distance in half, add it to the close, and we get our entry point, in this case 92.67, which would have brought us about a 30 pip gain or so. Okay, here on the third day of the week, we had a signal with an inside bar. It said to buy support. We have a spinning top, which means more consolidation. However, the consolidation gets broken. We still are in transitioning consolidation. It gets broken and it falls through. This would have cost us roughly about 30 some pips, because our support level was at 91.50. Not a strong support level, but it's the only thing that we had that we could use, 91.50. We could have used the 91.29 because it matches up here with 91.29, but 91.50 was basically where we went. And there it is again, 91.29. That's a mistake on our part, but that happens because we are not perfect in all that we do. So even if you did find the 91.29, you still would have came out with about a 20 pip loss. Nevertheless, you've made decent moves 2 days before with nice gains, which you're still ahead. Now, on this day, this was the wonderful day that we had where we took the short at 91.41 at the pivot. Why? Well, we bottomed out, but it wasn't from a ping pong effect. It was bottoming out from a falling effect. We've moved into a true move to the downside, shown in this transition here. And we can see that the transitioning state is finished with a definite short in place. We have the bearish takeover pattern. We closed at 91.11. We worked our way back to 91.41, actually 91.46, to continue falling and crashing to 90.19, giving us a nice and hefty gain of over 100 pips, roughly about 122 pips. And then finally, the last day, we wanted to try and reverse and go long, but it never filled the 89.53 because it made it only to 89.82. Well, why did we want to go long? Well, two reasons. One is that Fridays on an average will tend to reverse what happened on Thursday because of profit taking that's taking place. The other reason is because this is a first full house formation, and it does say buy support. And we've bottomed out a second day in a row, which isn't that significant, but the main thing is the first full house here with the high numbers in our A and C columns. They're not quite at the point of exhaustion, but they're still high nevertheless. And it just didn't fill, so that was a 0 day. No loss, no gain, no problem. The market fell another 14 pips. And that's basically the end of that week. With a nice gain of roughly 150, 70. You see 63 on Monday, 26 on Tuesday, a loss of 33 on Wednesday. So that's 56 plus 122, 178 pip gain for the week off of one currency pair. We have 7 that we trade on a consistent basis: the Aussie, the Euro, the Pound, the Kiwi, the CAD, the Franc, and the Yen. So go over this a few times. Help to give you a feel for how we look at things with the quick view.